Hello everybody, Demagen here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. This is very cool weather, humble wind. Oh, it's doing that weird thing with the pixely bits and pieces. That's caused by the Keep UI thing on Reshade, as I discovered while I was, what was I doing? Don Meg, the dungeon. The particles in that wall kind of square and blocky. It was very strange. So, I've not been able to play much. And I certainly couldn't record yesterday. Because, I mean, I'm probably a little bit quiet, although I'll boosted it back up a bit in Premiere Pro. I could barely make a whisper yesterday. So this flu or whatever it's been wasn't COVID according to the PCR test, but this nasty flu has knocked me back because it's now Friday. So it's been a literal week that I've been dealing with this, and it seems like I've been having kind of a on off thing. So I had a decent day, and then yesterday was a terrible day, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to get some of this done, because I'm so far behind now in terms of story that, you know, not getting anything spoiled is going to be an absolute ball ache, and I just hope I can avoid stuff for as long as possible. And I hope I can just get a big chunk of stuff recorded today so that, you know, I can escape as many spoilers as I can. Oh god, this zone's pretty. I was talking to Nathan on Twitter. Can't remember whether it was yesterday or the day before now. I've lost track of time. About this area. Because he's ahead of me. And he was saying, oh, well, what are your theories? Like, well, I don't want to really say my theories. Because confirming or denying or saying anything in accordance to those theories is still going to shape my opinions. So I put them in the video instead, in terms of, well, what are we here for? I think we're here for something to do with Vanar. I think we're going to find out a little bit about Vanar's role in this, because I've been thinking about Vanar, actually, and the voice of Hydaelyn, the kind of crackly Free at Last voice. And I haven't been and watched that footage back, so I could be continuously misquoting Free at Last. But what if it's Vanar, not Hydaelyn? What if Vanar's responsibility has frustrated him over the centuries? Ooh, Hithelas is going to give us some stuff. Oh yeah, that's going to do that. Let's just turn Reshade off for now. Now then, our friend Hermes. Aside from overseeing this facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first. Tired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Selk wishes to keep a low profile for his errands, so... Like, why is this not working? There we go. Do you know how to make a robe? The basic concept will do. I do not. No. In that case, Emmett Selk. No, your whim, your responsibility. You're not getting another thimble of ether out of me. Ah, the way he scrimps sometimes. You'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let's search for the requisite material. Their friendship is goals. I love the fact that they're both just at each other. No, it means no. Just be grateful I'm even willing to wait. Yes, these creatures should suffice. An etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 Petolidae? There are 3 species here, I believe. Only 2 different kinds should serve. Now, I should mention that the strength of the rope is tight, no pun intended, to the strength of its user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you'll need to weaken the Petolidae first. Good luck. These are the... yeah. I can't believe we're here in the past. One of my fears is that story-wise, this place is actually going to go to hell. Because the idea of being able to come back here like this at any point we want is such a lovely, tempting one. Oh, I need to weaken them, not kill them. Yeah, normally they get a message. There we go. Yeah, the idea that we might lose access to the lovely, beautiful version of this place for story-related reasons, and that we'll only ever be able to come back here as the kind of final days version of... I don't even know how far excuse me. There we go. Yeah, it does make me wonder, are they going to screw up this place? Because currently, you know, we can go back to Razad Han, and it's all fiery. You've caught the those. Let us see. I have 2 bags of them. Yes, these fine fellows will do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion. Mom. There, it's ready. It's nothing fancy, but we're trying not to stand out. Try and emphasize. You turn living beings into clothing, just like that. Well, not just like that. You need to revert them to their consistent ether first. Lest you wonder why I asked for 2 species, it is due to the difference in their etheric balance. Blending them allows us to produce garb with superior etheric stability. Well and good to disguise and educate it, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. Her itself speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual stature will be plain to those who think to look. Should anyone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best to simply say that you are familiar. The question is, whose? Ah, of course, Asm's. If you say you belong to her, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behaviour. Exploiting our associate's absence. For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand. Nice, full set. Now, of course, we don't actually have to wear them. Oops, I've just equipped them rather than... oh, well, whatever. I am now Asianish. In search of Hermes. If you're ready, let us continue along the path to Anagnorisis. The place serves as an observation hub and residents both. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. Okay then. Yes, it's interesting that they completely dodged the question about turning living creatures into clothing. But to be fair, is that any different whatsoever from what we do? I mean, we killed them first. They at least do it painlessly by just turning their ether into something else. One assumes it is utterly painless. An bold assumption, to be fair, but I don't know why I'm running when I have a perfectly capable bike. Yes, can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him? Well now, by your mask I assume you are one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter will be appreciated. I see, my lips are sealed. The Chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you will find him at one of the pools here. The pools, you say? Many thanks, and apologies for disrupting your work. I say, Hilaire, while I've never met Hermes, you know him well, do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? Aye, that I could. As you know, Emmett Selk and I can discern the colour of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that it would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform an assessment, after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment like as not, but point taken. If you're going to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So, you know, it's because we're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up. A special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any. Thanks, Emmett. It's a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I thank you for humouring me. Come, let us find our man. Right. So I haven't yet spoken to any of the NPCs, I don't think. What shall we do next, my little ones? A spot of sunbathing, perhaps? Oh, action cancelled. Okay. A Gooble! You lost, my familiar friend. Ananisis is not the safest place to wander unattended. You'd best return to your master's side. She's not here. Wonder where Azam actually is. Wonder if we're ever going to get to meet her. That'd be weird. Phadius. You're familiar, you appear quite inquisitive. Perhaps you were created to learn. Well, if there is anything you wish to know, I would be glad to explain. Immediately turns away. Observing voracious predators and the like is an incredibly dangerous occupation, which is precisely why I keep my distance and leave the rest to you familiars. After all, I am far too important to risk my neck gathering dung samples and the like. I wonder if these are reflective of their Greek personalities. There's never a dull moment with the OEI. Their fondness of minerals makes them highly unique, and I dare say they will be no less popular. So Spriggans have been around since the ancient times. Interesting. Ah. The winged girl. I assume this is Hermes' familiar. Hehe, they have such funny faces. Yes. Hello, Hermes. So this is the original Fandaniel.
Ah, you are...
Oh.
Hmm.
Different. You're different too.
Yes.
You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait.
Hello?
Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me?
I can.
Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts.
Okay.
May we please be friends?
So she can communicate much more easily through telepathy rather than...
May we please be friends?
better than vocalizing it. Of course, I will make friends with anybody.
Ah, I see you found him. Hythlodaeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
Hi.
You were of the convocation.
Emmett Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
Oh, get you being all formal, Hermes.
You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
What is she? She's like a mini
Her name
Garuda.
is Meteon. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
Mm-mm.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Breaking the rules.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
So already we've got...
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I will discuss official matters.
Oh, Emmett.
By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
Ooh.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
An amystoma is missing.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
Handy.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
Don't hurt their feelings, Emmett.
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish. The Ambistomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however. Excuse me.
I'll help too.
Huh.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up?
And do what?
If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
Emmett's a big softy, really. It's so nice to get some actual, this is what life was like, into action. You discover a new location. Right. An adventurous Amibstma. It seems Hermes and Meteon have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as an Amibstma. Yet, although it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite the predicament. What, where is he? The Amibstma. Hermes saw it high up the tree. He climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him, and he slipped. Oh, he's there! Do you need a hand? No, I'm fine, if a little embarrassed. Now, for your own safety, please stand back. Ugh. Not exactly the winged messenger god, are you, Hermes? Hermes, are you alright? He's fine. Dense ether and all. Quite alright, yes. My apologies for making you worry, Meteon. Both you and, Temujin Blackthorn, you are called. An intriguing name, somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me. As for you, little one, you must be more careful. You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself, like I just did. Oh no, I'd forgotten all about its fellows. Truly? What a relief. I must thank Emmett Selk and Hitler's when I return to them. But first, with the distractions out of the way. As Chief Overseer of Elpis, permit me to welcome you to our facility. I hope you will enjoy your time here. It's adorable. Right. The Amberstoma stares at you unflinchingly, as if regarding something novel. Regarding in turn, you notice that it appears to be floating, if ever so slightly. I'm glad they're safe. Hermes and the Amberstoma. Ponder, warrant, cherish, welcome. Well, we mustn't keep the others waiting. Let us return to Ananoisis. And back we go. I wonder whether Emmett Selk is going to be covered in the little things, because that strikes me as the kind of amusing scene they would put in. Oh, they're not. That's kind of disappointing. It was blissfully uneventful in your absence. The little ones were on their best behaviour. No more errant creations to distract us from matters of actual import, I trust. Some creations stay outside, others stay at crisis. Perhaps it's only your imagination, but something in the creature's demeanour bespeaks proud defiance for having gone on an adventure. My apologies for the trouble. Owing to your kind assistance, all the ambustomers are safe and well. I'll presently send them back to their space if you've gone ahead to the main building. Upon entering, you will see a table and chairs, a meeting area. You may speak there. Very well. Take care not to let the creatures slip away again. I wonder if Emmett can actually get people in trouble. Is it that kind of position of power that he has? Ah, and now the Gemstone trader is Egg of Elpis, Petalooda Scales. Oh, I still haven't changed the macro for this. It's weird being in an ancient Etherean abode and it actually kind of fitting us size-wise. While Emmett Selk has been accommodating thus far, he is the one who has business with Hermes. If you wish to attend, you will have to ask his permission.
This appears to be the place. And here is where we part ways. We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins.
What are we going to say to you?
What? Will I have to remove you by force?
There are reasons I cannot speak freely.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause
I wonder if we
worthy,
just happen to be
I
on
may
the same
be inclined
path.
to offer my assistance.
Oh, thank you, Emmett.
I do not object to her attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Ha! Screw you, Emmett.
Perhaps. But I believe she can be trusted. Meteon would not have taken to her so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
Oh? Emmett's got really nice eyes.
As you wish, then. Behave yourself, do you hear?
Emmett is already so done with this shit. Imagine having an extra 12,000 years of it. I mean, it's 12,000 years to the Sundering. I mean, how many years before this was?
So, it's finally happened then.
Aye. Van Daniel has declared his intention to step down.
Oh, he's not
and
Van
named
Daniel
you
yet.
as his preferred successor. In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure.
I mean, nothing we can do here can change things. So we've been told.
And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation.
Will it mean that he has to give up his work here?
I understand that you and Van Daniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the Convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Van Daniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the Star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
So they pass back into the Star.
Return to the Star? Does that mean die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today.
But
To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it.
so it's a
A
reward,
choice
almost.
embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
Or so they think.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty.
'Tis believed.
Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return.
Ooh. That's quite the question, Emmett.
You should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no, I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
So they weren't immortal. They could return to the planet once they believe their duty is fulfilled. Come on, Meteon. Taking her for a walk. She's very empathetic, so she's probably... That's the wrong door. Hermes gets sad when he thinks about death. When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. So she's like the flower. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So, why did you come here? You want to learn about Elpis and Hermes? Ooh, Oh, teach you. I can teach you. We can take turns. I tell you something, and you tell me something. Sounds like fun. It will be. It will be. She makes me think of the crows in Dark Souls. The Pickleby. Where to start? Oh yes, let's talk to Memnon. He should be near the Aetherites. I'm not good at explaining, but Memnon is, so I'll have him explain instead. Metion is now accompanying you. Doo-doo-doo. Are you coming? Yes, there you are. Yes, I have many questions. Many questions, which I'm sure are going to be answered, so... the Aetherite. Anyone can use it to teleport anywhere. Well, maybe not anywhere. Not to the ground or other isles. For that you need teleporters. Oh, and permission. And what have we here? There you look like a person. You have the ears of a beast. Interesting. So that dialogue changes depending on race. I assume you are familiar like Metion. Metion, is there something you need? This is Temujin. Could you teach her about Elpis? Ah, newly arrived familiar is she? Very well, I should be glad to introduce our fair facility to her. I'm so glad they're all so nice. And this is what makes what happened to them all the more worse. You know, the fact that they ended up turned into the Ascians, kind of bitter and single-minded when they all used to be so freaking polite. As you know, it is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, we employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the wild, for it would be chaos. It would lead to chaos. No, any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to exist. Testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subjected to a rigorous study in which we identify their properties, surmise what habitats might be suitable, and speculate as to the effects they may have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged a beneficial addition to the star, it will be allowed to take its place in the world. The two of you too were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So heed your masters well and be good, do you hear? We will, Memnon, we will. Thanks for the lesson. You had a turn? Now I get a turn. Where did you come from? From a place facing a great threat. There's such a place? I had no idea. But this place is important to you, I can feel it. Oh, my power. I haven't told you about it. A creation. Let's find a creation. One not being watched. Then I'll explain my power. A bird. A motionless bird. Ah, but first... Oh, hold on. That bird is a very specific bird. Spriggans. What are Spriggans? Oh no, we call them Oyai. If there's many. If it's just one, we say, oh yes. Oh, they're cute. They can be naughty. Sometimes they run off with concept crystals and Hermes has to run after them. I mean, this particular bird, the shoebill, oh, this creation is perfect. But I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new? Anyway, I'll try reading its mind. That's my power. It doesn't have one. I love the little zooming in. Huh. I can't read it. Or maybe there's nothing to read. Wait, please wait. I'll try again with you this time. Okay. Greetings. Can you hear me? This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me and project my emotions to others in return. I'm not actually speaking to you in your mind. Rather, you are converting my emotions into words and intention, a process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. This ability is vital to my mission, which allows me to interact with intelligent beings even should they communicate via unknown languages or other non-verbal means. As a consequence, I am clumsy at speaking. Yet, though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible. Everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbour an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. Out of respect for your privacy, I will refrain from using my power when speaking with you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. She's so pure. Did you hear me? Certainly did. Good. Now it's my turn again. So, what are you good at? Playing. I'm exceptionally good at playing. Not video games. Playing? I'm not sure what that means. Hermes says let's play, but then he goes for a walk or looks at creations. It's fun, but no different from work. So stern, the shoebill. I think we might be bothering it. Is this Emmett's shoebill? Is the shoebill a familiar of Emmett's? Let's keep going. We'll go and see Euanthe next. She's usually in a small building, one on the west row. Yeah, the fact that they've specifically A, put the shoebill there, and B, said, oh, they've never seen it before. I mean, is it just a callback, or is there more to it? The constant guessing of just what they're doing with this story. That's... No? Inside this building? Yes. Hello, Euanthe. Mitian has yet to arrive. Oh, oops. Ooh, where have I left her? I forgot that she was following us. Oh, there she is. Mitian! That was my own fault. Well, well, if it isn't Mitian, I see you brought a friend today. Greetings, Euanthe. An apple. Could you make me an apple? The kind Hermes likes, covered in syrup. I want to share it with Temujin. Oh, candied apple. Hermes is certainly partial to them, but you know you can't eat Mitian. You weren't made to do so. But I like it too. It may seem that way, but it's due to your ability to share others' feelings. You've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now, but I'll bring one for Hermes soon, I promise. I'm sorry, Temujin. I wanted to show you my favourite thing, then I could ask about yours, but I failed. Hey, it's Thancred. Ooh, that's what you like. Yes, yes, I can feel it. Your joy and happiness. It makes me happy too. Thanks for sharing it with me. Well, we've walked and talked a lot. Maybe Hermes has finished talking too. Shall we go and see? Yes. Something has to happen. We need a catalysing event in this zone to kick off things going wrong. Ah, excellent timing. It was a refreshing constitutional, I hope. What? Back already? Pity. A bit long we might have snuck away without you. Thanks, Emmett. You git. There you are. I can see the fresh air has done Mitian good. Temujin wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught her. About this place, about my power, about your favourite food. Ah, not sure if that last one will be of any use. But I do appreciate you keeping me young company. While you were away, I finished speaking with our guests. Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation, so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. My apologies. It has been decided that Emmett Selk and Hitler's will accompany me as I tend to my duties. If you wish to learn more, perhaps you would like to come too. I'm compelled to remind you that she is in no way associated with the convocation. We simply chanced to meet at Propelion. There's no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private. No, I don't mind. To see the joy her presence brings Meteon, I cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbours malicious intent. Imogen is kind, really, truly. She taught me as much as I taught her. You're coming, of course. To watch Hermes, you're bound to learn lots and lots. Yeah, she's like a little mini Garuda. Oh, Emmett. You're such a grump. So pretty, yet so grumpy. Right. Yeah, okay. Not a bad look. Put our robes back on. I must remember to swap out, actually, though, when we get to do some fighting. Though I see new creations on a daily basis, here they look at them with a different eye. It will be interesting to observe Hermes at work. Is it held that all civil organisations should conduct their affairs with total transparency? Oh, no, it is held that all civil organisations should conduct their affairs with total transparency, and the convocation is no exception. That doesn't mean we are obligated to show our work to unknown entities such as you. Consider yourself privileged and behave accordingly. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward I can't pronounce that. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. That's very red. That's the Allegan set, isn't it? Oh, I didn't check the time, did I? Oh well, we'll do this quest. I'm clearly wrapped up in the awesomeness of this zone that I really hope they don't destroy. Ah yes, the Anthian petulida, one of the newest species of the ever-popular butterfly. You're still bothered to ride your robe? Don't be. The few specimens we repurposed won't be missed. So beautiful, petulida. I hope they make it into the world. All vim and vigour now. When we were discussing his nomination, he was melancholy incarnate. Oh, the irony! This here is a new species of petulida we recently set loose. It has been going very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far, and if it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul, yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let's head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. So this is going to be the difference between living beings and souls. And I'm assuming it's going to lead us to something story-wise. This is the Lighthouse. Ah, lightning elementals. We're meant to be observing Hermes, but instead we're stuck with Meteon. Well, I suppose she herself serves as proof of his prowess as a researcher and creator both. A fascinating creation, much like yourself, little one. Renowned as Hermes is for his flying life forms, it is a rare privilege to be able to see one of his works in progress. Interesting. Oh, interesting too. Tell me, how did you find the Amibstoma? Hello, lightning elementals. Ah, yes, lightning Numa, just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it is in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, that element is lightning, which draws the Numa here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the Numa? By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Okay. Ooh, we don't get to do these grand targeted quests all that often. Snack away! Nom noms. Perfectly done, Demagen. Look. Nom 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 nom. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words? Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Numa, or an ephemeral life form such as the Petuluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence to survive. A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgments. Those with the exceptional vision, such as Hythlodaeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry, I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They miss nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. I would argue that they're getting more useful observation from talking to Meteon than they are from anything else that they could be doing, but I suspect that's kind of the point. Goo-boo! It's adorable, but beware its sneeze. Hermes went flying once. Ah, this fellow has been the talk of the Bureau. The combination of a carefree aspect and endless rows of fangs is strangely charming. Is there a guiding theme or any method to the madness that is this random assortment of features? Gubu.
Amazing, is it not?
Or
The Ampelos.
the
One of our
Ampelos.
newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Nom, 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 nom. Hold on. Those flowers.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
Empaths.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby.
Mm-hmm. Interesting then that there's some in Charlene.
Or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
We don't know. Or do they know?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from each.
Ah, the Akasha.
One driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
So they knew more about it. Or at least Hermes does.
Well, it has no will of its own. It is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
In case you had forgotten, which I hadn't, but some people will have done.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it.
Oh, of course. Dynamis.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Ah.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation.
Interesting.
What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter, on account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
So the fact that we know about it should probably throw our existence into question.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it.
Obviously.
However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
That's a very specific number.
More abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring
Oh,
its
is this
path.
what
But if
happens?
we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river,
Is this what caused the final days?
Not that I have such grand ambitions.
Emotions running wild.
Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Because that's not what powers her.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an entelechy. Like me. So, are we the same? Entelecchies.
Not quite. If I'm thin, it's because MSL didn't do a proper job. Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination.
That sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
Thanks, Emmett.
A deficit of ether alone does not an entelechy make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis.
So this is why people are turning into beasts once they get afraid, because the Dynamis starts doing its work.
And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
We are learning a lot, aren't we? Intellect, no, we're friends. In thinness. All appears to be well. This shouldn't take long. Never before had I heard of Dynamis or Entelecchies. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. But it was, didn't they say it was spontaneous? So we've got a different form of energy than ether, powered by emotion. Now, the final day is also powered by emotion because it's the ether, the celestial ether specifically, that's stagnating. Now, does that give way then to Dynamis as kind of an alternate source of? And in fact, is that what's happening to the people? Or is their actual ether being consumed and turned into Dynamis? And if so, then is the true origins of the final days phenomenon actually a Dynamis creature, kind of caught at the center of the world or something? Or is the live stream itself? I mean, I know it's made up of the ether of people, but is it alive in that kind of empathic, emotional way? Maybe we'll find out some more next time. I don't think there's a huge amount of point me wildly speculating on this, because I'm almost certainly going to be wrong. But that's been very enlightening. I'm going to no long preamble here. I'm just preamble. No long. What do you call the thing at the end of an episode? I don't know. No long outro. Yeah, I'm going to go straight into recording the next bit, so I will see you all hopefully in the next bit. Until then, happy endwalking, folks. Toodles. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing? Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.